Hey guys, Chase Revelo here, calling you from Boca Raton, Florida. And in this video, I'm going to teach you a lesson that I learned from growing my online coaching business to over 30K per month within 3 months. Okay, so in this video, what we're going to focus on is we're going to talk about the flaws with your current in-person model, okay, and why online coaching is going to be tremendous for you. But we're also going to talk about exactly what type of model you should run for your online coaching business. All right. So, first things first, here's what's wrong with the current model. So, you're probably coaching your players and they do lessons, private lessons, maybe some group as well. But come along here and we're going to talk about exactly what the actual problem is with that, which is you're really only going to be able to see your athlete one or two times per week with those private sessions. So, what you can do besides that is offer an online program where you're able to support your athlete when you're not seeing them for those 1 or 2 days in person. Okay, because as a racket sport coach, when you do a 1 hour, 2 hour session with an athlete, that's great and you can build good habits. But you also know as a good coach, there needs to be a lot of repetition and volume and consistent volume to actually get continued progress. So you're not spinning your wheels, working on literally the same things every Sunday when you do your 1 hour lesson with Joe, right? So, what's the alternative? What can you do? First thing you need to do is to keep it super simple, you need to sell, okay, an online package and offer that to your students and to the families that you work with. Okay. A percentage of them won't sign up, but a percentage of them who are serious and committed to improving will sign up. Okay. So there's different stages to your tennis coaching business. All right. And I'll take you through kind of the process that I went through. All right. So, number one thing to start off is you have to become a really good coach in person. You have to be competent in person, teaching private lessons, be able to run group lessons, and be able to monetize that business to at least 5, 10, 15, 20K per month minimum. Really should be over 10K per month. Okay. Now, from there, now you've proven competence. You're probably charging, $100 an hour or more. Okay. And you're basically fully booked up with your private lessons. So the next thing that you need to do from there is doing the hybrid model approach. Okay. So let's walk over here and we'll talk more. So, with the hybrid model approach, you're probably going to be able to double your in person income pretty quickly. Okay. When I did this in person in Boca Raton, Florida, I was able to go from 10 to 15K per month just in person to 30, 35K per month with the hybrid only approach. Okay. Then from there, that's basically offering your online services to your in-person clients that you're working with. Okay. These are not athletes that you're getting purely online. Okay. So that leads me to the next stage. Okay. You've done that. You've offered the hybrid stuff to your in-person clients. Great. You get some case studies, you get some client feedback, you dial in your processes there. Okay. With client success and delivery. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to now go fully online if you want to. For me, I just wanted to scale back some of the in person so that I can work with the athletes that I love working with. And now it's gotten to a point where now the families who work with me, they fly into Boca Raton and they visit me sometimes to work with me, right? So you could get to that point, all right? But it doesn't happen overnight, all right? So look, here's what you got to do with the online side of things. As you're doing the hybrid model, you want to start building the foundations of your online business. And this is what I did. I leveraged the money I was making in person to facilitate an engine that is going to be able to pay me basically forever. Okay. So, what you want to do with the online side of things, very simple. I'm going to give you literally all the sauce right here. First thing is, you don't need a website. You probably had a website. You probably made a website. You maybe paid someone to make you a really nice website, but it's not necessary. I was able to get over 20K per month online with no website. Okay. So here's what you need. It's going to be all run through Instagram and a little bit of YouTube. Okay. But very simple, very simple. This is how it works. You're going to, first of all, you need to tailor your content to be very specific, to talk to the pains, the fears, the limited beliefs rather, that your ideal clients have. Okay, and that your client avatar that you've selected in your process with your team. Okay, um, you want to make your content specifically talking to them. Okay, and this is something I help all the coaches and players I work with figuring that stuff out. Okay, and I've done it for myself. So after you dial in the content and make sure you're making the right content, which is not just going viral. Okay, there's a lot of coaches and people who they go viral but they're broke. Sorry to tell you that. Okay, so and you don't need a lot of followers also. So what you want to do is you need to dial in your content, okay, and not only provide value but break limiting beliefs that they might have, okay, um, about working with you, okay. Then from there, what you're going to do is you're going to optimize your bio, okay. You want to have some authority grabbing stuff in there. You want to basically treat it like a landing page, okay, where people who come to your channel, to your Instagram page, they need to be able to look at it and say, okay, who is this guy or girl? Why can they help me? What do they do? And what evidence is there that they can actually help me, right? So, for example, for me, it's like, okay, I've been mentored by Nick Bollettieri, I've been mentored by Rick Macy, two of the best coaches of all time in the tennis space and in the online in the tennis business world as well. So not only does that give me credibility as a tennis expert, but it also gives me credibility on the business side of things as well. Now, you also want to have some more specific authority for yourself. So for me, for example, I included how I've blasted past 30K per month with my own online tennis coaching business. Okay. So from there, once you optimize your bio specific for your niche and your target audience, you're going to want to have an advertisement that you run. Okay. And you're going to run an Instagram ad that is going to get people to follow your page. Okay. Then from there, after you do that and you run that ad where people are following you now, all right, here's what you're going to do. People are going to follow you and you're going to have conversations with the people who follow you. You're just going to have conversations with them. Very simple. You're going to chat with them, have a conversation with them, and see where they're at in their progress. See how they're doing with things. And at the end of that chat, if it makes sense and if you think you can help them out, you can pitch them to get on a call with you. Okay. So from there, some people won't want to get on a call with you because they're not a good fit. Okay. Other people want to have a dialogue, are open to having a dialogue, are open to growth. Okay. And want to transform their life. And if it makes sense for them, they will jump on the call with you. Okay. Then from there, after you book them onto the calls, it's very simple. You get on a call with them. You have a fit call conversation where you're just seeing, is this a fit or not? If it's not a fit, here's what you should do and go on your merry way. If it's a fit and we should work together, cool. Do you think it's a fit? Okay, you do? Great. I think it's a fit. Awesome. Great. And it's got to go both ways, right? So if at the end of the call it's a good fit to work together, you guys can work together. Okay. And you can sell them your online program. All right. Then from there, you have to deliver your online program to your athletes. Okay. Which, if you don't get this part right, you're going to be screwed because you're not going to be getting good results for people. Okay. So here's what you need to do with the online program. Very simple. You're going to program for your students what they need to be doing every single day. So say you sign up for my coaching program, my tennis coaching program, right? As a player. Very simple. To keep it overly simple, you join. I'm going to program, let's say we have one lesson per week. Let's say we're doing the hybrid model where you're doing a lesson with me right in person. Okay. We have one lesson per week. I'm going to tell you written down exactly what you need to do on the 6 other days where you're not meeting with me in person. Okay. So that's going to allow you to have higher leverage in your coaching. And look, there is a lot of value to having an expert there in person with you to help, correct certain things, technical things, X, Y, and Z, and have that in-person experience. And there's totally a place for that, right? However, there's a massive benefit and there's a major gap in the marketplace for having those customized programs written out for the player from their coach personally, right? That's why players are going online and finding coaches who are doing that for them from around the world, right? So what you want to do is you want to craft your online program for the students that you work with. And when you first start working with athletes, you want to basically make everything 100% custom for all your athletes, okay? Because athletes will pay a lot if it's custom for them and not some cookie cutter solution, all right? That's why coaches out there selling $50, $100, $200, even like $300, $400, $500 like programs. It's like, what are you going to get for that? What are you going to get for $100, right? What type of buyer are you going to attract when you're selling a $70 program? Is that really going to be custom? Am I really going to get support with that? Probably not. Okay. So sophisticated buyers who want the best of the best, they're not going to buy that. Okay. So with your online program, what you want to focus on is, like I mentioned, programming everything for your athletes that they're going to do every day. I also recommend offering other things in addition to that, whether it's nutrition help, whether it's the physicality help with the fitness side of things and accountability surrounding that. But also, you can do a few other things like technical analysis, match play analysis. Okay. And you can leverage your time better so that you're not spending as much time on court slaving away for 12 hours a day. Okay. So, this is something that is not only going to help you make more money, but more importantly, you're going to be able to impact more players and change more lives and get better results for those athletes. All right. So that's basically how you operate this model. Okay. And what really separates this from what most coaches are doing is you're going to be selling a high ticket program. Okay. Instead of selling some cheap course. Because from my experience, if you really want to get results, you want expert help from someone who knows it and has done it before. And if you actually want to fix that, then you need to pay for that, right? And actually invest into something that will actually get you results versus some cheap program or course that isn't really built out. You're not really getting support from the person who you hired, and it's very cookie cutter. Okay. So, what I teach and what I've had success with is selling high ticket programs. Okay. Stacking that on top of all the in person stuff you're doing, and then leveraging that to build your business so that you can go fully online and then dial back the in person as you please. Okay. So if you have any questions about any of this, my direct messages are open on Instagram. So give me a follow on Instagram. If you got any value from this, subscribe on YouTube. All right. And besides that, yeah, it's going to be a great few months. So let's walk this way. Got a few more things to say. So basically, this week, got a few cool things going on. So first thing is tomorrow, I'm flying to Charlotte, North Carolina to visit some family. Okay. And then 2 days after, I'm going to take a flight to Las Vegas, where I'm going to be visiting one of my buddies. We're going to be working on some stuff, and we're also going to be snowboarding a little bit. So that's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm super pumped about that. And that's just one of the great benefits of having an online business, right? I don't have to be out slaving away on court 12 hours a day, but I have the freedom to do what I want. Okay. I'm able to go to Vegas for a little under a week, and I'm going to have an amazing time. Okay. So I'm going to Vegas, going to snowboard, going to work on some stuff with some of my business buddies. And from there, going to come back and got some other really cool stuff in store when I get back from Vegas, the snowboarding trip. What I'm going to do is I have a family coming in town from Chicago who are visiting me to have the in-person tournament service experience from me, and they're going to train with me for 3 days. Okay. This is a family who they joined my online program with both their kids, and we've been working together for over a year now. And yeah, they love the online coaching so much that they wanted to get the in-person experience as well. And they've come to visit me multiple times now. And that's another thing that you can eventually offer to your online program students. Okay. So there's a lot of levels to the game and to the model and to the business. All right. And look, I'm still learning things as well. All right. And it's continuously evolving. But if you really are serious about wanting to make some changes and really wanting to level up your business, then I highly recommend hiring a mentor to compress that time of learning in that learning curve. All right. I know personally, my family invested hundreds of thousands into the in-person tennis training model. All right. And I learned so much from that and from a tennis education standpoint. I personally invested multiple 5 figures into my business education, okay, to learn more about all these things, okay? So if I never made those investments and made those sacrifices, I would have never been able to have the lifestyle in the business that I run now, okay? So my advice to you is use all the tips that I gave you today in this video to start going online. And then if you need any additional help, reach out to me, book a call, and we can have a chat. All right. And bring your credit card. Program's not cheap, but if you're serious and if you really want to take things to the next level, I'll help you. All right. So hope you have an amazing rest of your day, guys. And if you have any other questions, reach out to me. Okay. Take care.